Time is it? It's 9 o'clock. Let's get started, everybody. Thank you for jumping on. And this won't be a long one just because I'm in the car and I'm got to drive down to the Springs for something with Christine. My gratitude is that I'm really glad that we got the condo thing in place. It's been a challenge, and I apologize for how challenging it's been. Once we had a couple of issues that were really obviously deficient, it was nice to be able to find a solution and get the support that I wanted from Jay to give this new company in Castle Rock, I think they're in Castle Rock or Frederick, a try. They're a local Colorado company. I think there's a lot of big benefits to them because they're Colorado based, which means they're doing a lot of condos in Colorado, which means they've got a bigger database of Colorado condominiums that they've already done work for. They're supposed to be able to provide us a list of approved condos on a monthly basis of everything that they've approved, which should help you guys when it comes to somebody's making an offer on a project. You'd have a database you could search to see if it's already been approved. It wouldn't, again, guarantee it's still approved if it's been a few months, but at least you have some barometer that this could be an approvable deal and you shouldn't have an issue. If it's on the list and it's not approved, it's like, hey, it's like, hey, this wasn't approved like 6 months ago. Just let's move forward with caution. So I'm excited about that. And then everything with the Huntington product is pretty exciting. I know that we're just getting going with it. I just had a conversation with John. He was looking at some of the jumbo pricing. The raw jumbo pricing that I got from Huntington wasn't very competitive at all compared to what like Chase is offering right now, but looks really good in the conforming space for conventional FHA VA. So I'm really excited about that and anxious to hear. I know I only know of one lock that was done. Ryan did it. He's not going to be on the call, but unless he jumped on, and I just don't see him yet. But I know that lock was, so I know we had one lock. I don't know if anybody else has done one yet, so we can talk about that. I'd just like to say one thing. So I'm a smart ass, and I think everybody knows that I'm a smart ass. And there's times when I do these calls, it's like, especially the Coffee for Closers call, because I feel like it's a smaller group, where I'll make comments that are probably, they're inappropriate and not, HR inappropriate, but just inappropriate comments that I'll make, trying to be funny. And I'm always trying to be funny. And I think I can get away with it because I'm being funny, but I've said things that I shouldn't have said about people. And I just want to apologize to everybody because I'm not trying to belittle anyone, although I'm certain it comes across that way. And that's not my intent. And I need to grow up a little bit when it comes to that. I would never mean to like make somebody feel bad, but it's an insensitive approach and I don't want to do that. And I want to apologize to everybody if you've ever thought that like, wow, that was bad, Dave. So anyway, that's what I want to add. I can't see who's on here. I can only see that Jacqueline's on my screen now. So I'm going to need you all to like talk and I don't know how this is going to work because I can only see one person on my screen. Jacqueline, go ahead.
Dave, if you just scroll your screen to the right or to the left, it should show you everybody.
Aw, you're like a genius.
Not really. Then if I am, that's scary. So my gratitude.
Everybody's sitting there going, Dave's a dumbass. Why doesn't he move that screen over? Anyway, go ahead.
My gratitude is I am grateful that I work in a business that I can be flexible with my schedule. I was able to take Monday morning off to hang out with my toddler and go to Tiny Town, and so that was nice to get to spend some time with him. Win for the week is getting the ice cream social thing off the ground and like all the big stuff done, and the invites go out today. So I'm glad that's kind of off my plate because that's occupied a lot of my time this week. And it's reflective in my numbers. So I have 5 new leads, no credit pulls, no pre-approvals. I technically have 1 closing today, but it's actually Emily's closing. And that's it. I'm a goose egg for the week, pretty much.
Well, on behalf of everybody, thank you for all the work that you've done on that ice cream social. That's going to be a really cool opportunity for all of us. I just love that we're doing this community thing. You know, we are a local lender with boots on the ground. It's what makes us different. It's what makes you stand out, and an opportunity to build deeper relationships that turn into referrals is a great job. So thank you. Jonathan, go ahead.
Yep. Good morning, everybody. I'm grateful this morning for my partner, Amanda. Since I stepped into this new role, we've had to make some sacrifices in our family, and she's made a lot of sacrifices with her time and her schedule to accommodate me and my goals and everything. So I'm just super grateful for that and don't want that to go unnoticed. My wins for this week, I had a pretty good week of prospecting on Tuesday. I didn't get to much else prospecting wise the rest of the week, but Tuesday I made a bunch of calls that went well. Had 4 meetings scheduled for this week, got to 2 of them. Other 2 were rescheduled. Set 6 for next week. Gonna hit some open houses, and then I'm also gonna co-host an open house on Saturday afternoon. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, just feeling good on the momentum I got going. And then my numbers, 1 lead, no polls, no apps, 2 faces to face, and no pre-approvals.
Well, good job on setting the appointments, dude. You're doing a great job prospecting and getting that activity is phenomenal. You should be super proud of yourself. I keep telling you that, but good job. Keep it up. Jay, let's go.
Thanks.
I'm not thankful for this summer cold that I got, thanks to my kids and my wife, and her whole staff went down with this wicked cold, and it's just whipped right through our house, and it just crushed me last night. But other than that, I'm very thankful for Jacqueline and putting together the ice cream social. I think it's going to be a great thing for everybody. And I'm really thankful for all the new programs, that are available to us. Like, it's really, being able to go out there and provide more solutions, to help our referral partners is really making a big difference, especially in my prospecting conversions lately. So that's been really good. A few of my wins, I had 4 face-to-face meetings this week. I went to 9 open houses on Sunday. I played men's lacrosse on Tuesday night and got 2 leads from that. Well, 2 potential referral partners that I have meetings for next week already. And what else did I do? Oh, I hit 3 credit unions. And that was those have been interesting, like just developing the relationships. It really hasn't become anything fruitful yet, but I'm developing the relationships with them as potential partners
Right.
in the future.
Right on. Good job. That's a great week. You had a productive week, dude. You should be happy. Good job. Jessica.
So my gratitude is for our team.
Can't hear you very well.
Can't hear me? Sorry.
Barely.
Barely hear me? Uh-oh.
There. Now we can.
All right, I have to lean in, I guess, because my computer's really far away. It's good feedback. I'm just grateful for our team. I use the studio. Everyone helped me pitch in to get the studio up and running. I'll take that as a huge win. And then I sat with Giuseppe yesterday. I just shadowed him, took away a lot. Hopefully that's going to make my intakes faster, my process is better. Just a lot of things that I took away. I have a lot of notes. So probably do it again if he'll let me. So just different pieces of the puzzle getting put together. And so I have 1 client lead, 1 credit pull, 1 app, 1 meeting. I would say I only have 6 real pre-approvals, and I wrote 1 new pre-approval today or this week. My win, well, we'll just see if it comes to fruition. I'm trying to record this thing, Will It Close? So Will It Close is Will It Blend? I don't know if you've ever seen the Blend series, where the guy blends up an iPad or he blends up different things. Have you ever seen this? It's a blender. It's Blend Tech. Google it. It's hilarious. The guy's hilarious. It's been happening forever. So he'll blend up the brand new iPhone, he'll blend up everything. So it's great. So my twist on that is to record Will It Close, which is taking all of our trauma stories, trauma loans, and to say, is this one going to close or not? And kind of just rehashing the file, like this credit, you know, these numbers of borrowers, this income, blah, 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 and like kind of replaying it in a fun way to educate borrowers. And I have a realtor partner who's interested in recording it with me. We did the first episode, which is super fun. So if you got a trauma loan that you've worked on, that we saved the day on, I'd love to have the file information. I won't disclose any personal information, obviously, but it'll make for a great story on Will It Close.
I think it's a great idea. Good job. Cool.
I got
Awesome.
a good one from a while back. If you want me to give you the story, pretty cool. Just call me
I'll
later.
reach out to you.
Mr. Reiber.
I am grateful to finally have a car after 2 months. It's been challenging. So but I have a new car to drive. So, and I'm super grateful for that. Win for the week. I actually had a meeting yesterday that was a referral of a referral of a referral. And he's a financial planner and he refers about 20 reverse mortgages a year. And I connected him up with Lori and they're going to meet next Tuesday. And in addition to that, through our conversation, he goes, you know, I need to buy a house by November. Can you help me run some numbers and maybe, you know, help us figure out what the loan might look like? And I go, yeah, absolutely. Would love to. So we're going to get together next week and do an introduction call and get them processed into put them in the hopper. That's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, so that was a great meeting yesterday. Numbers, 2 leads this week, no credit pulls, no apps, no pre-approvals, and 5 face-to-face meetings.
Good job. It's a productive week. That was a good meeting yesterday. Casey Clement, let's go.
I am grateful to live in a somewhat small town still. I was able to bike with my girls downtown, like to work downtown last night for the farmers market. Had a lot of fun. Numbers for the week: 2 leads, 2 pre-approvals, 1 credit pull, 1 face-to-face, and 1 application. The win for the week was getting a deal from, well, a client that I had been working with for a long time, helping them out. And of course, their Morgan Stanley account, you know, they have a pretty healthy amount of money saved up, and Morgan Stanley comes to them and goes, no, we'll do your mortgage. Don't do it with anyone else. You know, they're like 0.75% lower than what we can even touch. And the borrower just goes, thanks, but no thanks. And he goes, full disclosure, we're having this conversation, but I want to use you instead. I don't care about the rate being higher. I appreciate everything that you've been able to do for us. So good win there.
Yeah, that's a huge win. That does happen. Some people don't like to put all their eggs in one financial basket, and I don't think it's the worst idea in the world. So just that's a great win. Thanks for sharing that. The more stories like that you guys can share, because the best producers on the planet lose deals to price. It doesn't matter, right? Like, so nobody's immune from it. No one. Giuseppe, Chris, Jack, Casey, it happens to everybody. So when it happens, you just got to roll with it and like next it's, but when it wins, when you have the win, then you got to be sure and celebrate the win and hear the stories, because you got to go into it with an optimistic approach. You can't have a pessimistic approach to it. So right on. Good job. Thanks for sharing that. Mr. Hobber.
Right. I'm not brown nosing, but I am grateful for Dave and the company here, because like if shit's not going right, like we figure it out. Like imagine working for a big corporation, Fairway, and like, oh, you have issues at the condo desk. Like, are they going to resolve it? Probably not. It's going to take months, and we got it all figured out in a week, I think, roughly, something like that. So props to just, if there's issues, taking care of it and just moving forward to, you know, push the company forward and grow. So
Thanks,
thankful
dude.
for that and all y'all do. Kim and Amy and Ashley and everyone. I had 2 leads, 2 credit reports, 1 app, and 1 pre-approval. And my
Wins?
win was my app was actually the doctor loan that Huntington couldn't do, but the client texted me that he was like, I pre-approved him a long time ago. Jonathan, Mike Hoberg, remember him? It was like a year ago, Hoberg. And he just decided to rent, and he reached out to me and was like, hey, I'm looking to buy a home. Do you still have that doctor loan? I was like, actually, we just got it. Like, this was last week. I was like, we just got it, but he just bought the business. I think I told you guys that. So I was like, let me see if we can do it. So anyway, I kept him in long enough to like, I wasn't trying to like screw him over, but I was like, hey, I'm trying to add value and keep him like with me rather than going somewhere else. And I was like, hey, we can't do it. I called Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. They're like, yeah, we can't do it either, even though you do have 3 years of previous business returns from the previous owner of the business. We would be able to do it next year. So I gave him all that information. I was like, dude, the only way we're going to do this is if your parents can co-sign or someone. But luckily his dad's a doctor as well, and we're good to go, and locked it in yesterday. So
Right on.
I
Did you
think
lock it
people
in?
appreciate, because the other lender was like, yeah, we can't do it 2 years of tax returns. And I was like, let me dig deeper, dude. And I think I just added more value and tried to like show them that I was trying to help in whatever way possible.
Right on. Good job. Excellent job. Excellent work. You got to dig sometimes, guys, and that's a great story. Thanks for sharing it. I got to get going. I didn't want to be driving and doing this. I got to get going. Does anybody have anything else though that they'd like to discuss or like to share that would, I can start driving and you can keep talking, but if people don't have anything that they want to discuss, we can move on.
I pulled up Huntington's pricing. It's the jumbo's not as good, but the conforming is the best without the 0.5% yet. But I still don't see those arms. So I know you're probably working on that, but it'd be nice to get that 15-year arm in there in the 10.
Yeah,
the
only issue we have to just be careful with the arms. Will you shoot me an email on that and just a reminder arms Huntington? I had because Renee and it's got to be the thing. They're always a little dicey because of the right disclosures. If you disclose an arm wrong and they close it with the wrong, or it doesn't matter if you close it wrong. If you disclose it wrong, and this goes back years that we've had this happen where you incorrectly post like the APR because of a cap analysis or some shit, like you have to pay the customer a shit pot of money. And you just end up doing the loan for like a huge loss. So we just want to, it's not that we're not going to do them. We're absolutely going to be doing. We just want to make sure that we get all the right metrics set up and encompassed before the disclosures go out to somebody. Because once we've disclosed it, there's no change of circumstance on a misdisclosed arm. And so you just have to eat it. And it doesn't matter if you disclose it lower, you still have to pay them. It's such a mess. It's like the worst. It's like the dumbest law in mortgage lending, among other dumb laws in mortgage lending. Anyway, and then yes, the jumbo pricing at Huntington, he knows he's out of the market. We talked about this to begin with, and then I get the raw pricing every day from them, and it's not going to be as aggressive. Chase is buying the market right now, I think is what you're seeing. And but we're going to look at some ways to, like, some of those portfolio arms, we might be able to do something. But I want to get the regular arms in there first, and then we'll work on the jumbo pricing. I mean, their margin's their margin. So, but that's it. So anything else?
Yeah. Is anyone else? Sorry, Chris, go ahead.
I was gonna say on that topic, I mean, I don't know if you all saw that Moody's downgraded a bunch of regional banks. So I've been talking to Casey, and don't take that as a negative. I mean, we're an independent, mortgage broker. So like, if these regional banks are like laying off people, or they're just, credits, they're just like Huntington, like they're just rates are out of the market, that's better for us. If you want to think of it that way. So it's kind of weird to see that happen. And I guess it really hasn't happened since 2008, but I think it's good for us long term. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, but if stuff like that happens, then that's more piece of the pie for us.
Yeah, because there's always going to be
subject to the same restrictions and whatnot.
That's what happened in 2008 and 2008. There's companies that want to step up. There's money to be made in mortgages always, and So if the banks are like pulling back, the independents step up because they can get market share. So yeah, that's it.
Is
Jessica-
anybody else going to do a webinar or any sort of presentation on the products for Huntington products? Just curious. Okay.
I
All right.
haven't like told any of my realtors quite yet. I was waiting for that flyer to finalize before I can call them
Me
and follow up
too.
with the flyer. But yeah, I'm
Yep.
probably would try to at some point.
Because maybe we could collaborate on the presentation together, so we're not all duplicating the presentation, because I see it as like 3 launches. It's the credit or rate decrease product, the doctor product, and then also the cash buyer product, like just making sure we talk about all 3 at the same time.
We can talk about this some more, but this is all part of what you do to help realtors make more money discussion more than anything else. This is like, here's the things that we do that help. This is how we help realtors make more money. We have a bridge program and a cash buyer program. Let me show you how that works. We also have a doctor loan program. It's a great vertical to be involved in if you have and there's 1 million doctors, right? So 100% financing, like just at our trauma center, you're getting ready, you're talking about will it close? The trauma center is a value add for realtors. It's how we help save deals. It's how we help you get more business in the future. And there's just an endless list. If you think of everything that you do that you can help a realtor do, it becomes part of a bigger discussion, but it's another opportunity. And maybe that's the showcase, is like how Zenith or how you and Zenith help real estate. You got to always brand yourself in this, right? So how you as a loan officer and Zenith help realtors close more deals, what we do and how we do it. I can help realtors close more deals. Let me tell you a couple of things that we are able to do. And because everybody says great rates and great service, everybody says that we can close fast. Everybody says that. Like, so let me show you some things that we do that not everybody can do. And that's it. And that's a big deal. So there you go.